ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। Hari Om, salutations to all. So the auspicious month of Shravan, we begin this Shiva Meditation Sadhana, SMS. So why is this Shravan month so important? We will see a few beautiful aspects about it. In Skanda Puran, Bhagwan has been asked this question. Shaunak Rishi has asked Sutaji, and Sutaji narrates a conversation between Sanat Kumars and Bhagwan Shiva, who is called Ishvara in the Padma Puran, Skanda Puran. So there he says, uh, Dvadashasvapi Maseshu Shravano Me Ativallabha. In all the 12 months of the Hindu calendar, he says Shravan is extremely dear to me. Shravano Me Ativallabha. Shravanarham yan mahatmyam tenasau Shravano mataha. Shravanarham yan mahatmyam tenasau Shravano mataha. So that means that just by listening to the Mahatmya of this month, one attains great punya. And so because it is connected to Shravana, and he says here that in this month, one more point he mentions, Shravanarksham Paurnamasyam Tatopi Shravana Smritaha. In this month, the Purnima will come with Shravan Nakshatra. And so because of these two reasons, Yasya Shravana Matrena Siddhida Shravanopi Ataha. So just by listening to the Mahatmya of the whole Shravan month, one attains great punya, and whatever sadhana one does gives manifold results. And the whole significance of Shravan Mas, there are 13 chapters. In that, what is mentioned? How to worship Bhagwan, what are the upasanas to be done, what are the sadhanas to be done. And this is 1 month where there is no single day where there is no vrata possible. See, every month has some 5 days, 10 days, 12 days of vrata. Every single day of Shravan there is a vrata. It is there in the Puranas. And the point here is that every single day is sadhanamay. And Shravan, all of us know in Vedanta, Shravan is the mukhya sadhana. The main Jnana sadhana is Shravanam. And if one listens with single pointedness, with a pure mind, one will come to realize the truth here and now. In Vedant, one says, Shravanam matrena jnanam bhavati. Through knowledge alone, liberation happens, and through listening itself, that knowledge will arise and the liberation happens. Jnanenaiva tu kaivalyam. Through knowledge alone, liberation happens. And how will I get that jnana? Shravanam matrena. Matra means only. We don't even have to do mananam and nididhyasanam. If the mind is ready. Even in Bhakti Shastra, what is said, Bhagwan, in the Leelas of Bhagwan Krishna, he used to steal the butter and he would enter through the window, and whole depiction happens of how he goes with the Gopabalas and Gopalakas and all of them. He will go inside and they will build a pyramid and he will break the pot, take the butter, give it to everybody, and then he will also have. So what is the point there? The ears are the window. And when we do Katha Shravan in Bhakti Sadhana, that is the first sadhana to develop Bhakti. So Bhagavan enters through the ears, comes into our heart, steals away all our vasanas, makes us liberated. And so the gopis used to wait, when is Krishna going to come to my house and steal the butter? Seeker waits, listens to Bhagavan's glories, no doubt, prepares and all that. But through that listening, Bhagavan destroys that ignorance, reveals himself in the heart. So every single day, Shravan Mas, there's a vrata. Second, Shravan Nakshatra, Purnima. Third, listening to Shravan Mahatmya, one will get liberated. Then he says, Sarva Vratamayaschaishaha, Sarva Dharma Mayas Tatha. Because every single day one can do vrata in this month. The whole month is very, very auspicious and Sarva Dharma Maya. Atrochyate Maya Yadyad Arthavado na Sotrahi Artair Jignasubhir Bhaktaihi Tatharthi Mumukshubhihi. So Bhagavan says, all this that I am saying is not just some exaggeration. Arthavadona. It is true that this month is auspicious, sadhana will give results. And he says, for all types of devotees. Artahi, Artha means one who is afflicted, has some trouble, problems, difficulties at any level, physical, emotional, financial, intellectual, spiritual, social, whatever, graha, any problem. He says, Artha, Jignasu, one who wants to know who is Bhagavan, what is my sambandha, wants to know more and more about the Lord, his leelas, his glories. Jignasu. Then Bhakta, who already is a devotee. Jignasu may just want to know so that the sambandha is built. In this context, Bhakta is already one who knows about the Lord, has devotion for the Lord, surrender to the Lord, loves the Lord. Bhakta. Artharthi, one who seeks some benefit at any level, again. Artharthi. And Mumukshu, who has intense desire for liberation. He says, for all of them, this is very auspicious, beneficial, and there is no exaggeration in this. This is all what I am saying is only from the first chapter. Remember, 13 chapters like that are there, full. And this Gita Press has brought out this book, Shravan Mahatmya. So in this Shravan Mas, if you want to read the Mahatmya, you can read. This is the Shravan Mahatmya. This thick is the book. Every day, if you read one chapter, also easy it is to finish. So, then further he says in this that, if you worship Bhagwan Shiva in this, see, anyway, you can worship Bhagwan Shiva at any point in time. But because this is very dear to him, when something is dear to anyone, if you do that, that will please them. The Shravan Masa is very dear to Bhagwan, and when we worship, Bhagwan is pleased. With Bhagwan is pleased, His grace and blessings, everything happens. Anyway, whatever happens is by His grace only. When we pray, we tune up the mind to Bhagwan, express our gratitude, devotion, surrender. So he says that by worshipping Bhagwan Shiva, Panchayatan Puja happens. That doesn't happen with every deity. That happens only with Bhagwan Shiva. Now, if we go to Vedantic understanding, then everything is only one tattva, then that's a different point. Here we are talking about form. So the form of Bhagwan Shiva is very special. For every devotee, the form of their Ishta is very special. No question about that. Here what is said, by worshipping Bhagwan, we are worshipping all the other. So basically we are worshipping Panchayatana. So Ganesh ji, Devi, Surya, um, one more, Shivji, Ganesh ji, Devi, Vishnu Bhagwan, 5. So how, by worshipping form of Shiva, all five are inculcated, fire worship. So Ganesh ji is the son of Bhagwan Shiva, and so he says here, Ganapati Adhara Bhutan Mooladharas Chaturdalat Swadhishthanabhidhat Padmat Shaddalat Brahma Daivatat Manipurad Dashadalan Mandalad Vishnuadhishtitat Brahma Vishnu Paristhastvam Vadatidam Cha Mukhyatam. This is glory of Bhagwan Shiva first, then we come to Panchayata. So he says Ganapati is in our Mooladhara Chakra. So in Ganapati Sarva Shirsha also we learn Tvam Mooladhara Sthitosi Nityam. So he says Ganapati Bhagwan is in the Mooladhara. Then Swadhishthan, and how many? This 4 petal lotus in Mooladhara Chakra. Then Swadhishthan, he says, is the 6 petal lotus, and that is for Brahma. Manipura is 10 petal lotus, and that is Vishnu. And where is Bhagwan Shiva? 1000 petal lotus, Sahasrara. And so all these 3 also are able to function by your grace, is what this Ekasya Terchana Deva Panchayatana Pujanam Jayate Anya Sure Chaiva Sambhavayenna Hi Sarvatha. You may worship any other deity, but by worshipping Bhagwan Shiva, Panchayatan is worshipped. How? Swayam Shivastvam Vamauro Shaktir Ganapatis Tatha Dakshino Rava Akshni Suryo Hridaye Bhakta Radharihi, Bhakta Radharihi. So on the left side of Bhagwan is Mother Parvati. Then on the right side on his thigh is Ganpati Bhagwan. His eyes are Surya, and in his heart is Vishnu Bhagwan, because Vishnu Bhagwan is his Ishta. So if one worships Bhagwan Shiva, one is actually worshipping all the 5. So one need not even have all the 5, or one need not feel that I am only worshipping Bhagwan Shiva. Bhagwan Shiva on his left is Mother Parvati, on his right is Ganesh ji, ears, eyes are the sun, heart is Vishnu Bhagwan. So one is already worshipping all the 5. So this is the highlight of the first chapter. Beautifully the Mahatmya is given. And so we will meditate on the form of Bhagwan Shiva today. This is Shiva Meditation Sadhana. So Shiva is auspicious. Shiva is consciousness. Shiva is that which is the very life force in all of us. Shiva is the Tattva. And that same infinite consciousness, the Shiva Tattva, manifests in a specific form in Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh as the Trinity for creation, sustenance, and destruction. And so, in that, the destruction responsibility is of Bhagavan. And there he has specific qualities and specific forms. Those are the Sagun Sakara Rupa. So, the Sagun Sakara Rup will be where Bhagavan has the Jata, etc. So, we will be using, I'm just going to share that, a beautiful shloka from Shiva Aparadha Kshamapana Stotram for invoking the form of Bhagwan Shiva. So this is a very nice form that describes the nice shloka that describes the form of Bhagwan. Chandrodbhasita Shekhare Smarahare Gangadhare Shankare Sarpair Bhushita Kantha Karna Vivare Netrotha Vaishwanare Dantitvakrita Sundarambaradhare Trailokyasare Hare Mokshartham Kuru Chitta Vrittimakhilam Anyaistu Kim Karmabhihi. So, Chandrodbhasita Shekhare, one on whose forehead, on his jata, there is this beautiful moon, crescent moon, who is the destroyer of Kamdev, Smarahare, Gangadhare, who has held Gangaji in his jata and who leaves a streak of Gangaji for everyone. Shankare, one who brings auspiciousness to all. Sarpair Bhushita Kantha Karna Yugale or Vivare, both versions are there. So there are snakes around his neck and in his ears as the kundal. Netrotha Vaishwanare, the third eye, when it opens, there is fire and he burns. Whatever comes in front of it is destroyed. Dantitvakrita Sundara Ambaradhare. Bhagwan covers his waist with a skin of an elephant. Trailokya Sare Hare, one who is the very essence of all the three worlds. The whole sar of samsara is only Bhagwan. Otherwise, there is no sar in samsara. Any amount of enjoyment, whatever we seek is, whatever we attain also is very temporary. Hare, he is the one who is the destroyer. He destroys our negativities, our attachments, avidya, and also the pralay happens in the Srishti by Bhagwan's Kripa. And every single moment also, whatever destruction is happening, because of that only the new construction can happen. So he is the one who is in charge of that. Trailokya Sare Hare. Now what is our prayer? Mokshartham Kuru Chitta Vrittim Akhilam is one version. Here is Achalam. Meaning, may my whole mind become so single pointed and seek only mukti. Mokshartham Kuru Chitta Vrittim. Otherwise, Chitta Vritti Akhilam. Some part of our mind is seeking mukti, other part of the mind wants maja, enjoyment, pleasure. The prayer here is, Bhagwan, please make my mind completely single pointed. May I attain mukti and may my intensity to seek the self, to know the truth, be much more deepened. And I drop this contrary behavior. Do my duties in the world, no doubt, but deep down that is dedicated only to the Lord. I want nothing out of it, and whatever is the energy I have is all spent in the single pointed pursuit to know the truth. So may I do everything with that bhav of a sadhak who wants to know the truth as a mumukshu. So mokshartham kuru chitta vrittim achalam. Akhilam means whole mind should become single pointed, no contrary thought process. Achalam means the vritti to seek mukti should be firm, should not come now and then intensely we seek, and then after some time we drop it. Again, after a few months, we again pick up. Not so fickle. May it be steady, firm, unshakable, achalam. Mokshatham kuru chitta vrittim achalam. Anya istu kim karma bhi. What is the point of doing anything else? Because whatever I get will be temporary, perishable, and I am not going to get any closer to know the truth if the action is that way, extroverted, prompted by selfish desire. What is the point of any of those karmas? One is telling one's own mind, your mind, drop anything else, just pursue. Even your duties, do it dedicating to Bhagwan. Upasana, dedicate to Bhagwan. Contemplate on the nature of Bhagwan. So, mokshartham kuru chitta vrittim akhilam anyaistu kim karma bhi. So, this is a form. Various aspects of the form are described here, and we will use this form. So, Shiva is this. Meditation means what? Meditation is actually the state of awareness. Meditation is not an action, but people use it as a verb or as an action. I'm doing meditation. It's not a verb. I can only be in meditation. But somehow the practice also has come to get associated with that, saying meditation is a practice. So it is a state of awareness, like waking, dream, deep sleep are three states of awareness. That way, the fourth state of awareness, which is the substratum of all the three, which is not separate, but which can exist independent of the other three, that is the Turiya Avastha, that is our true nature, that is Shiva actually. So the state of Shiva is the state of meditation. So Shiva is equal to meditation as the state. Shiva as a form is the first word, Shiva. Meditation is the state which one will reach through this meditation on the form. And what is the practice that will lead us to that is the sadhana. What is the sadhana? That is called nididhyasan. Upasana and nididhyasan. Upasana is using the form, a mantra, or any other support one wants, but in this context we are going to use form and mantra to make the mind single pointed, to surrender the ego, to build a bond with Bhagavan. And so through that the mind will become pure, subtle, sharp, single pointed. And then the nididhyasan sadhana is called contemplation. That is the practice. So the practice is where we learn to withdraw the attention from the outside to the body, then to the breath, to the mind, to the intellect, ego, surrender. That process of withdrawal of attention, and once the attention has been withdrawn, to detach from who I am not and to attach with who I am, that process is called nididhyasan. Dhyai means to focus, dhyan. Nididhyasan is the practice. Dhyan is the avastha. And so every day we will have the first part as the satsang to understand what we are doing, and the second part we will learn to withdraw the attention. And in that withdrawal of the attention, few points. First is preparation and posture. We learn to sit erect, the head, the neck, and the spine in a straight line. And eyes are closed gently, shoulders are relaxed, hands are in the lap or on your thighs or if you're sitting on the ground, even if you want to keep on the knees, preferably hold the hand in this Jnana Mudra. If not, you just hold the hand like this, one above the other. Palms must be facing the sky. These, not only this, actually the whole hand, but specifically this is receiver of energy, cosmic energy we can receive through this. So we keep the hands open, not down, up. So that's the posture. If you're sitting on a chair, try not to take the back rest. Keep the feet firmly on the ground, they should not be hanging. Sit on an asana if you are sitting on the ground. If you are sitting on a chair, put a pillow below the feet. So this basic preparation in terms of posture, and preparation also is invoking gratitude, knowing Bhagwan is with me, and thanking the Lord for all the blessings that we have, invoking devotion in our heart. So preparation and posture. Then three auto suggestions. Many of you have done this earlier with me. You must be familiar, but many are new, so I'm going to repeat this all. So first auto suggestion is I am steady and still without any movements for whatever duration, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I am steady and still without any movement. So steady means steady at the base, still means still on the top. Because some people otherwise they keep shaking like this or like this, or they keep shaking their leg. No movement except breath, except the inhalation, exhalation, no other movement. And that inhalation, exhalation also has to be slow, steady, and deep. So we will come to that. Second auto suggestion is that I am alert, awake, and quiet. Because our mind doesn't know how to be quiet and alert at the same time. When it is quiet, it goes to sleep. And so first obstacle that comes in meditation is drowsiness, sleepy. One may experience now in some time. And early morning, we have woken up. So if we are not fresh, if we have not had enough sleep previous night, body will snatch the sleep. So this whole month, try to sleep early, get up early. So auto suggestion is I am alert, awake, and quiet. Third, I am only a seeker wanting mukti. All other roles can wait. Right now, my only role is I am a seeker, I am a devotee worshipping Bhagwan. Every other role can wait, means all other thoughts of this I have to do, I have to go there, I have to meet this person, why did this person do this to me, all one drops. Mentally one creates one boundary as though saying I right now I'm a seeker. So the thoughts, any other thoughts don't come to me. If they come, I don't entertain. So consciously one takes this. So these are not only three thoughts, these are auto suggestions, and one has to feel the emotion associated with it. Use the willpower and tell these auto suggestions to oneself. Third step is relaxation. Relax the body step by step. Sometimes we mix relaxation and deep breathing, make it combined. So simple, steady, slow, deep breathing. So we will say she, take the deep breath in, va, take the breath out, and throw the breath out. And slowly, she, take the breath in, va, breath out. So with every breath, our breath is also telling us you are Shiva. Shivoham, Shivoham, it is telling us. Our nature is Shiva. So she, va. And full attention then on the breath. So slowly from the world outside to the body, From the body, we have come to the breath. When we do that, the mind will become much more quieter, body will relax quite a bit. Then, here in the space between the two eyebrows or in your heart. So third step is relaxation, fourth step is breath observation, fifth step is invocation, either here or here. In one session, choose only any one. Don't say I began with this and slowly I shifted here. Any one. If you are emotion oriented, heart. Intellect oriented, head. And visualize a circle of white light, either of these places. Invoke the form of Bhagwan Shiva. So I will be sharing that form. You can invoke any form that you like of Bhagwan Shiva. That is also not a problem. My guided meditation will be based on this particular form. So we invoke the form of Bhagwan Shiva. That is invocation. Then comes concentration. We chant the mantra of Bhagwan and make the mind single pointed and quiet. We feel that I am sitting in front of Bhagwan and I am chanting Bhagwan's name. And with great love and devotion, we chant the name, not mechanically. Invoke gratitude, invoke happiness, invoke thankfulness, whatever emotion you want. You are sitting in front of Bhagwan and meditating in Shravan month, doing something that Bhagwan loves. And so, with that bhav, when we chant, the mind will become quiet. If the mind wanders, bring it back to the form, to the mantra chanting. Then comes contemplation, where we contemplate on the meaning of the mantra and be in silence. This is the process. Today, obviously, we will not do the whole process. We will start slow. And I'm just going to share the form. Today, we will invoke the form. So, you may like to see the form for some time. That is called tratak. One stares at the form, observes all different aspects of the form, and then one closes the eyes.